Watch out, boy. Still got those UV rays though. Still eating on my UV rays. I'm just doing live on the other channel because about the false prophets. I ain't gonna bring that over here. I just wanted to keep it, you know, focused steady 100, eating your fruits, berries, and your melons over here. All things mentally, spiritually, and got Thuggy Dub over there. Came through. What's up, Thuggy Dub? Yeah, so you already know, man, we eating the daggone fruit. This is the blood on it. I got enough. Keep my skin nice and clear. Like, woohoo! Yo, what's happening, May, son? What's happening? Man, we out here chilling with the Thuggy Dubs on another part of the scene. It's over right now. 1 second. Yeah, we just gonna chop it up about some fruit and stuff, man, because it's amazing. That's the thing. This is what's gonna be the future right here, y'all. And supplements too, because I just upped up on my supplement game. My bro, I just upped my supplement game, man. So I had to give me some citrulline. You know, and I gotta get some more green tea because that's gonna curb the appetite so I can get a little rip. But you know, we all gonna be on this, man. We're gonna be shining like a mom when they have. They hide the sun. But man, I'm letting you know right now, this new sun or whatever we got going on, the first day I experienced it was last day, yesterday. It was the Sabbath, the true Sabbath, you know, so I rested yesterday. And the sun was out at solar noon, man. That mug was beaming. I was covered in you know, coconut oil and cocoa butter and shit, real thick cocoa butter, man. That shit could burn your ass up. This is a new sun, man. And once that mug got out, oh my gosh, I felt it. It felt so, you know, for the sun feeling good on you, it feels good on you. It will burn your ass up if you're not righteous, man. Oh man, I don't care if it's black, white, Asian, persuasion. It'll let you know I had to be covered up in all the oil. Let me get this in. I know it's loud over here. Let me walk around the corner and shit. Hey, Afro, what's happening? Man, I'm talking about this new sun, and it fed me too. That UV sun fed me yesterday to the point I feel full. And I'm like, damn, this is the new thing right here, man, because when you're eating, when you're outside in this damn, at least 2 hours in this shit, 'cause I don't think you can be longer than that. I don't care who you is. You can be dark as charcoal. Nah, man, you gotta have healthy, working function melanin, and it has to be cleansed and shit properly. It can't be toxic, 'cause it will burn you. If you put your hand out the window and that sun is up at 12 noon, that shit will sizzle your motherfucking hand in like 2-3 minutes, man. If you ain't got nothing on it, you gotta have coconut butter. You know what I'm saying? And volcano going off. Everything's going off, man. Everything's happening. It's hot as a motherfucker under the clouds. And it's when that sun is in the sky. Oh my gosh. And that was the first day I felt it yesterday. And because they had it covered up since May, so it's like this is gloom June right now. So we're already like 11 days in and shit. This is a gloomy June so far. We ain't have no sunny day except yesterday, and it got sunny all the way up until about 2. And that's the longest it ever been. But I was in the sun the whole time, and I haven't did that since last year when it's in the summertime, you know, because that's when them UVs is hitting. It was like on 13 the index. Man, I'm so happy I was covered up, but I absorbed all that energy. You could feel it as you walking down the street. I looked at myself, I felt it. I was like, damn, man, I felt purple. You know, some shit. It was crazy. But I've also felt the signs like this is a hotter sun, and it does feed you cellularly. I can feel that shit, and I had to make sure I was covered up. But you can feel if you're not used to it. Like a few years ago in the tropics, like I say, I had to get used to it, and I didn't know. I thought you just jump out there and just be like, yeah, man, I'm black, I can sit out there and type shit. Hey, no, son. You know what I mean? You got to work your way up to about 5 hours. You can't just jump out there and just think you're going to be 5 hours in the sun and shit. That ain't going to work. So I had to learn that. So now, new shit right here, this new summer sun right here, oh my goodness, you're going to have to make it. You can't even eat cooked food in the daytime. It's so daggone hot. You're going to have to eat something. Oh, wait, pardon me. You have to drink juice all day, or water, or some shit. Or or something. You know what I'm saying? Birds over there. You got to drink water, a lot of like high electrolytes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get dehydrated real quick. You got to get used to it. Because in the Holy Land, or the Promised Land, you can't. Ain't no way you can go over in Utah and just walk your ass down the way or and whatever over there and just think you're gonna sit outside in the 100 and something degree weather. You know what I'm saying? These people go in and out. So if you're able to feed from the sun, from this UV rays, you can have to stay out there for about 2 hours. Excuse me, because you know, like Caucasians, they can't stay out there. They can get it quicker. You know what I'm saying? But like us, we gotta stay out there a little bit longer and shit. Turn over. You gotta make sure you flip the right. I mean, everything got to be covered. Eyelids. Got to be coconut butter, coconut oil, all that shit. It's not playing. Water all day, and only heavy food if one lady. That's right, see, because heavy food in the daytime with this type of weather, oh man, it's you won't even want to go nowhere. See, right now everybody can move around because it's the area. Y'all can hear that sound of it. I might have to walk around the corner. But man, I mean, shit, the clouds and shit, B. You want my ass over here. The clouds is out, so it's like nice and cool. You know what I'm saying? People's all nice and, you know, they can walk outside, B, and enjoy the day. But yesterday, man, you couldn't, G. You only seen the dark people outside yesterday, and the dark people look darker. Like, it was just really like, whoa, you could tell we was outside. And I'm not even dark, G. You know what I'm saying? I'm just copperish, you know, copper type color, you know what I mean? If you want to say it like that, but reddish and shit, you know what I'm saying? But I know and understand that this new sun is here for us, and the only way we can be up under this mug is that we got to eat very, very light, even during the summer. You know what I'm saying? Got to eat a lot of fruits and shit, because they send in a lot, man. For what I see, I got a lot of these chemtrails I see. They send in like all these flies and these larvae and shit. So when they land down here, and I'm not the only one that's saying this shit, because they got certain plants that's not native to this island that it like holds the water and it grows these mugs up and they kind of attack you and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of their little weaponry. Anyhow, though, to get used to being outside in the sun, this new sun, if you're on the mainland, this is going to be hotter than normal, G. I can guarantee you that one. Because it's been cloudy over here, so it's going to be something going on the mainland. Real big is going to happen because it's been cloudy and cold, and they've been making it cloudy and shit. Because it ain't supposed to be cloudy. I'm like on the side of the island where it's kind of deserty. It's like not deserty, but it's not supposed to rain like that, you know. So and it's like different kind of climates all over the island. You got like 13 different climates and shit. So if you really want to experience the type of shit, you know, what kind of climate you want to live in, you just go to all the little 13 climates and be like, oh shit, damn, it is feel like this over here, like all the time. It's like, so it's deep. But that sun though, I don't give a fuck what climate you in. It's summertime. That shit gonna be on your ass. And you got to use it for fuel because you ain't going to want to eat that much. I just wanted to jump in here and chop it up with that. Because I know I'll be running my mouth and shit, but I had to change my little, oh yeah. And it's allowing me to, like I say, not eat that much. Like, I'm back to not eating much again. That feels really good and light. I actually feel like I'm not really that cut up, but cut up enough though, to the point when I do add my little green tea, it might be just the type of way of looking at it. Because I just feel like, hey, be comfortable with what you eat. Don't strain yourself, you know. You got people kind of strain themselves, so you got to be very, very careful. We're eating for, you know, you're going to look good, you're going to feel good and all that good stuff, but you don't want to strain yourself. You know, these people that we kind of look at and model ourselves behind on the internet, they kind of eat a lot of extra shit behind the scenes. And it fills in the blanks, but I guarantee you their spirit, they don't feel as joyful and happy. You know what I mean? What I'm talking about, what we're talking about, you know, with the angels and stuff, we're talking about happiness and stuff, you know. You can eat certain foods every now and again, but yeah, you can eat fried foods and all that shit every now and again, once a week. Your body's so smart, it'll get rid of all that stuff anyways. It'll just be like, okay, got it about it, you had a good time, okay, but then once you start eating it continuously, then it start adding in them places, and it's like, oh, I kind of did this, oh, kind of messed up. Now you gotta do an extreme fast or whatever because you got this extra stuff going on, you know what I mean? It says drinking hella fluids. Yeah, coconut water. Coconuts is growing on the tree out here now, so I can get me some real soon. But coconut water is expensive out here, like hella expensive. But I know people who got coconut little farms and shit, or not farms, but they got coconut trees on their little farms, so I just go up there and get some and shit. But yeah, but the afternoon meal is kind of important. You know, I want to start eating fruits at 12, but I don't think I will. You know, I start eating them right now, like at 3 o'clock, my time, 3 something. like 4 o'clock or whatever, because I know I'm gonna eat a super incredible hook salad later on, man. I'm so happy about this one because I got that. I'm gonna add some guacamole. Guacamole ain't nothing but avocado and tomatoes and onions. You can just make your own one. You ain't gotta put a lot of oil in there. But add some guacamole because the guacamole is cheaper than the fucking avocado. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And also avocados grow in the trees out here, so I don't even eat the avocados in the stores. You can go up there and get your avocado big dumb one and shit. This, you know, I mean, super dumb. I mean, just so. Anyways, though, that season's coming around the mountain, so I was blessed on that end out here and shit, because I don't be having bread like that. These flies trying to figure out, like, damn, that's want to find out his secrets and shit. I'm walking around here like domicileless, and so they looking at the Naga like, man, what the fuck does this nigga be doing and shit? He should be telling me something. And they, you know, they want to try to pick at me and try to see what I know, and then they be like, damn, he kind of knows something, but he kind of like he's standoffish. And I'm not really standoffish. It's just the fact that I know when certain energies is here to boom, boom, do their little narcissistic thing. You know what I'm saying? If a mother who really wants it, I know they want it. They come through like, yo, man, train me for it. Boom. Or I'm good at training. All I need is to know this stack, and this stack. And I'll be like, cool. Give you something. This is for the rest of your life. You know how to evolve this for the rest of your life. This ain't nothing that you ain't got to, that you just pick up on. It's like, okay, and you use it all. Now you can, like, damn, I can use 8 kgs, 8 grams of that. That's all I'm supposed to use, and not just 1-2 grams of that shit. Because that shit don't work. If you do 1 or 2 grams of shit, you got to use 8 grams of that motherfucker. 7 grams of shit to have a full pump. That's what everybody, I ain't got none, but I got citrulline in me a little bit, so you can see the little strides. They both the same, but if you pair them both up, you're going to be really on point. This is the secret right there. Go get you some citrulline. I guarantee you. What is it? Usually about 6, if you're not used to using citrulline, about 4 grams start off right before your workout. I guarantee you. You work out, you're going to be like, damn, your body going to get used to it, because it's really, it helps with the blood flow, you know? So it's going to keep you nice and swollen. If you do use glutamine, you can use it. Glutamine is cool to use too. See, anybody who's talking against these BCAs, and if they are fruitarian, they don't understand the science of how BCAs work with the body. This is why they be so damn frail, you know? And the fruit can actually you can still be big off of just fruit in general without the supplements, but I'm just letting you know, like, if you do use supplements and you're getting a little older, yeah, you use these supplements to help you out to keep your muscle from not breaking down. And glutamine helps you to do that. So don't be going against glutamine, because glutamine is your friend. Glutamine helps you with all that shit. And so they say watermelon is good for, yeah, watermelon. Hey, I ain't had no bread, but all I had was like food stamps and shit at the time I was in Chicago with this one chick. All I was able to get, you know, watermelon. We was tearing that watermelon up before we went to the gym. I was, you know, but once that citrulline is in you, it's like you already pumped and shit. So once you get that blood flow to going and shit, you're like even more pumped. You're like, damn, but you're stronger too, because citrulline makes you stronger. It's like I recommend that over creatine, you know. But if you do creatine, the way to do creatine is with a sugar. Sugar helps it get right to the source real quick, you know. And ATPs, that's something that's very divine. This is your energy center, your energy things that your body use for energy and shit. If that's depleted, then you're gonna be kind of messed up. But creatine helps that to stay up, and so naturally your body produces creatine. Supplement it from an outside source, it just helps it even more. But if you kind of like overdo it, you can fuck up your kidneys. And some people use just creatine just with little shit, but you got to use it with like grape juice, with fruit. Any of these BCAs, you got to use it with fruit juice. So you can have you a nice good smoothie, you know what I'm saying, and just put your BCAs in the smoothie. Boom, you're gone, you're good. Now, even if you wanted to do caffeine, which is cool too. When you're younger, if you got the drive to work anyways, caffeine is cool to go with it. You don't need that much, depending on how much you need, you know. Athletes use this shit. People who hate on caffeine is ones who like certain vegans and fruitarians and shit like that, you know what I mean? But however, caffeine is good. You know, it's nothing wrong with caffeine and shit. Like, if you overdo it, then it can be fucked up. You know what I mean? Because you're stripping your brain, your nerves of just, your neurons and shit of just as electric shits, all right? I'm in my later 40s, man, so I don't forgot a lot, but I remember a lot, you know, right? So I'm just talking about it. I just know exactly what to do. But yeah, it'll strip all your shit, man. I ain't got to get all extra intricate and talking in high words and shit. The proof is in the pudding, goddammit. This is how you do it. And I ain't saying that I'm the one to be like, hey, man, you know, I'm toot my own feather, but I was like, yo, this is what it is, though. If you really want to experience the next level of like, damn, why I ain't like 3D in this point? Why I can't see a stride? I got a little stride right there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even cut rips. So when it rips up, it looks like somebody just drew on my chest and shit. Like, drew little strides on there. But you got this too. And to help bring it out, it's like, yo, to get to the next level, man, utilize the BCAs, you know? Or fruits that's very high in citrulline. And I guarantee you everything is gonna hit right and exact, you know? But, you know, and ginger, that's what got my ass ripped up. I remember I was eating a lot of ginger. So I just got a gang of ginger. I'm finna start adding that in too. So that right there is cutting season. I had to add some weight in, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and just boom, 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 and do it off of the energies. We got the UVs coming in. I ain't gotta eat that much. It's kind of cool right now because they got a gang of layers. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make it rain, so something's gonna happen because they fucking with shit as normal. So, but anyhow though, but it's really supposed to be super hot. So I feed from the sun and then eat some fruit. But people who get up in the morning, who work out, you know, I just recommend eat a piece of fruit before you go, or work out on an empty stomach, or with a pre-workout that you make. You can make a smoothie and put your little caffeine supplement in there, your little boom in there, your boom, boom, boom. That's your pre-workout. You ain't got to go buy that little fucking pre-workout that's like hella acidic and shit. You know what I mean? Kind of fuck you up. Sometimes you can have fun, I guess, but you can get your own beta-alanine, you can get your own citrulline, you can get your own LKG, AKGs, you get your own creatine if you want to put it in there, all of that, and then boom. But you got to know, when you do shit like that, you're not going to be able to use that shit every day like that. It's best to use it like every other day, or maybe every 2 days, because it's still in your body. You don't have to go back and do it. That's where everybody fuck up at, because they keep using it because they see how good it is, and like, oh shit, this really do work, and they just want to use it every day and shit. And then before you know it, they get dependent on that, and this is where you kind of fuck up at. And just imagine how people who use steroids, so that's even worse, because they're looking at their body in the mirror and neglecting the pain in their lower back from mixing all of this shit in that I just said, along with the steroid and along with some other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's just too much on the kidneys, G. And then kidney failure, that hits. It's a lot of things you got to do to get that back online, you know? So, and it's very hard. In modern medicine, they don't really focus on that. They just kind of want to get you going when it comes to your kidneys. They're like, oh, this kind of fuck on there? Yeah. Let's go ahead and get his ass up out of here. They don't give a fuck how swole he is. He's gonna look like a swole corpse. They don't care. It's a spiritual thing. I'm drawing up a person looking at me over here. I am test negative and shit. Kind of shining in cloudy weather. So yeah, it's like, what? And it's a white lady too. She's like, that's how she's looking, and she's trying to play it off to walk over to you. Oh, I didn't know I could come over here. I didn't know I couldn't touch you. Like, lady. Now, they be acting like that with me though. You know what I'm saying? They be acting like that. It's crazy. At the same time, you know, I ain't, you know, having sex with these motherfuckers either. So, you know, they can feel that energy too. And then, cause it's, when you're low in the light, when you're a little bit lower in the light, man, when I say low, anything below 4 months of semen retention, even though those are beautiful months, you still can be enticed. And it's like, enticed heavily and shit. Even when you're about like at a year, the enticement comes far and few in between as you get further along. But they be extreme enticements at those times. When you're low, you're not. Yeah, it's hard to put your thought on something else. Like it's easy to be like, oh, if I don't want to think about it, all I gotta do is just go, and I think, nah, it's not that easy and shit. Cause you're low. Your light is your consciousness. It's all everything is about you and shit. So if that's like very low, the animals can sense that it's low. They don't even want to be around you if it's low. You know, nobody want to be around you if it's low. You'll be like, man, I must be a bum ass nigga and shit. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like that about yourself and shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being like, damn, I'm domicilist, but I feel like the richest motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And the billionaires come up to me and they just. I had a billionaire did throw me $1,000 one time, but they never really do that though. You know, billionaires kind of grippers. You know, so anyhow though, but you can have $1 billion and be low in your light. You'll feel so bad about yourself still, because you got to have something that, you know, you get older and shit, you sexually gratifying. You need a wife that's like hella sexual for you and shit. She don't give a fuck, because she's a fucking too. She's like a narcissist too, so she's using you. So it's just like they're not really spiritually, you know, trying to evolve and feel in a certain way and connecting with the all highest, you know. So like I say, you're naturally a billionaire, trillionaire, so you'll feel that energy, and people sense that when you're on that highlight semen retention. That's something that they see it in you. They see the testosterone, and if you supplement with testosterone, oh man, nobody can even take their eyes off you at that point, because now you got like an extra glow on your ass. Like I done supplemented with some natural testosterone, which comes from like a plant, a nice plant too. That's like you can drink it in the tea form, but this shit, man, it just makes you glow, So part of stuff. It just makes you glow. And testosterone is like your magic power type shit if you're a man. This is why women like to use it when they work out, because they can form muscles and shit. Like you see a chick with traps, you be like, damn, traps is all super huge and shit. And she been taking testosterone. Her dad had high traps. She just figured it out. Women figuring it out. They want a body like yours, B. I'm trying to tell you. So it's like, damn, they just like mad that people don't use their testosterone. And how you use it, you gotta raise it up every day. Every day, every 24 hours, you get higher testosterone in you. If you deplete it by busting and jacking off, you already done went up into your mind, fucked up your thinking. Now it's harder to get on the righteous thought. You know what I'm saying? It's harder to get on the righteous thought. It's harder to change your mind. It's easier to be attacked spiritually, whatever they figure it out of what is your spiritual weakness, they attack you, especially at your lowest self. And that's the hardest point, because you'll be stuck in the cycle, in a Saturnian cycle. And Saturnian cycle is like a 29-year cycle, G, and half of that cycle is like 12 years. A motherfucker won't even be able to get it together for about 12 years and shit. You know what I'm saying? Of just a certain thought. And all you have to do is just raise that light, right, from the crown, from the seat, and then boom, just to get it going up. When you start doing that, you start getting help from the universe. Everything started adding on with you and shit. It's like what you truly want will start coming to fruition. And I'm not saying you're gonna jump off and be having a mansion and shit, but certain things that you need in your life, where as far as understanding and knowledge, wisdom, all that shit comes. People like, I don't get no damn about no wisdom. Wisdom is better than rubies and gold. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a motherfucker, that's a bunch of dumbass, filthy, rich motherfuckers and shit. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing they got the clout on is the only thing they got over you is the money that's printed out in the world. Other than that, you got the money of the Most High. Wisdom. So, you actually got the fruits of the Spirit. And this is how you cultivate your fruits of the Spirit. I have to look over here because I got people coming through. Yeah, man, and eating that food. Eat the food we're going to eat. Because to get back to the land right now, definitely going to have to be, 14 months up at least. 14 months up. You'll be able to trust a nigga about 14 months. It take a while. He'll feel bad if he did something against you if he was 14 months up. You know what I'm saying? Because we got warriors, we got lovers, we got all kind of niggas in our tribe. So for us to even do business with each other, we're gonna be up. We got to be up on a higher frequency and shit. And this is the way to get up, really. This and the fruit, So, and working out, of course, because that's gonna make you feel good. And you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be able to face the world and shit. It ain't just mainly just being in the world and you just like buff and swollen the motherfucker, but you low in your light, because that's where the confidence comes. You're in the world and you just swole as a motherfucker. I see it all the time. They be a motherfucker swole up. His traps look like a motherfucking Kardashian traps from the Star Trek, man. Motherfucking shit all up to his ears. Nigga want to walk past me and shit. And it's like, I'm almost over here shining, skin glowing and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just on my little cut. Somehow, that motherfucker drawing up. You want to bring the girls over. They do this every time. It's like a different spirit hopping to these big swole neck ass motherfuckers. And they always bring them through. You know what I'm saying? They're sitting there sitting. And they realize it's not about the whole swole neck ass nigga. It's about the light. It's a whole thing that comes along with it. It's not just, oh, I'm over here. I'm not just a guru thinking and shit, and I'm just this thin thinking motherfucker. Or I'm just not this, working out dude just thinking about my muscles and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental, spiritual, physical thing. And you'll have that, especially when you're hopping in your whip and you're chilling or whatever the fuck you're doing, getting on your bike with your helmets and shit. You got, you're doing your little cardio and shit. You're just doing grown man shit. That's grown man shit. You know what I'm saying? On your bike, doing what it do. You must see that. They be like, damn. It's actually an inspiration, but you're going to have haters, though. But like I say, these big swole neck motherfuckers, they see like, damn, what is he doing? Because this is how I trigger people. They see me here every day. And it's like, and how I move about, it's like a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a schedule that I have. And it's like, when they see this, and they see this with the semen retention, too. I speak about it sometimes, but not really, because it's almost like telling your secret and shit. You ain't really supposed to tell that. I only talk to y'all about the shit. But they can see the light in me, though. So it's like, they were just wondering, like, damn, what does he do about his day? How does he start? Because I know this motherfucker is not on the inside nowhere, so he can't wake up and just be a certain way, take his time. But it's a certain thing that it's just a mindset. You know, you can't be low in your light and have this mindset. I guarantee you that. You won't be rich. So if I could do it on this level, I know everybody at home chilling, they can really do it on their shit. You know what I mean? Y'all can really do it on y'all level, because it's like, okay, all I got to, if Big Bro can do it, and he's the example, because sooner or later I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna have my shit. You know what I'm saying? But this is like right now. All right. but you know, but yeah, that's all you gotta start doing that. I guarantee you. And working out, being good, looking good, feeling good, all that. You know what I'm saying? You go on dates with girls and shit without having to have sex with them. Fun dates. I'm talking about real fun dates, man. Now you can afford a fucking trip date. Like, let's go. I got a couple $100. I can get a plane ticket, me and her, round trip, man. We go over to the Mall of America. I take her. She ain't never been in the Mall of America shopping and shit. I know already how Mall of America is and shit. You know, there's a whole bunch of stores up in there. You can get on the rides and all that shit. But I'm just saying, stuff like that, B. But if you're on your low light, you're just too busy thinking about hitting, and you won't be concentrating. You won't be appreciating. You got this fine ass girl on the plane with you, and y'all finna have a good time and shit. And she ain't over here trying to, you know, be a gold digger or some shit. Because you actually got a badass broad that's maybe a fucking lawyer or something, and because you got your light up and you can have this conversation with this type of chick. Normally you wouldn't be able to have a conversation with the chick, even if you was looking smooth and suave and shit, with a 3-piece suit on, walking through the skyway somewhere. You know, and if your light ain't up, you shit, you won't even be able to talk to this judge over here. She's 36 years old, she a judge or whatever and shit. How in the hell you get to be whatever? You know, whatever their professions is. You know what I mean? So you'll be in different professions talking to different people, and you just becoming who you naturally are. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the women, they notice it too, because they notice the men of their same tier type shit. If they just one of those type of men that just recklessly have sex and don't value their temple and don't eat right in his act, because when they see a man that's like got his shit, he's got his car, he got his, you know, he's put together. All he's missing is a woman. You know what I'm saying? Type shit when it comes to that. It's not a gold digging woman. You know, it's a difference. So you'll get those things if you want it. You know, but when you work on yourself and shit, women see that, man, they come to me all the time. But I got a lot of men that be trying to block these mugs off and shit, because that comes from semen retention, because they looking like damn, you know what I'm saying? And they riding around on Porsches and Ferraris and shit, you know? So, and I'm walking up and down the street, and I ain't running or jogging. You don't see me oiled up or jogging or nothing like that, G. You know what I'm saying? I just walk down the street and stay the way I am, you know what I mean? And while everybody's just jogging up and down the way, doing whatever it do, it's just, you know, it's a waste of time and shit. So, like I say, our way over here, man, living your life accordingly, having a schedule. Like I said, I ain't got to be showing you a whole bunch of money or nothing like that. I'm naturally rich. It's like a natural rich thing, you know. Just perfecting, you know, getting into your talents and your temples. You got talents within the temples of your body and shit that you can work on, that keeps you occupied, and keeps you growing. You know, you don't have to get out here and entertain and people please these motherfuckers. It ain't about that. It's about entertaining itself, and then also, you know, your brothers and sisters, you know, who's cool too. I just attracted a woman just now. Thinking about that shit. Good now. But yeah, you know, that's all it is though. Try to be cool about this. I don't want to put it on camera and shit like that. I am test negative. But yeah, man, I'm getting ready to wrap this joint up. But I just wanted to hop on because I ain't hop on in a while. Y'all just stay tuned for we're gonna get the workout shit going cracking, because we already know these people lost, they done with, and I'm gonna link up with the right supernatural health physicians out here, man. The ones who's the real ones, who actually know some things about the herbs and how, you know, they know things, but we want to put them and implement them into our daily routine. Like, yo, see us sipping this tea, man. You know what I'm saying? I do sip echinacea. You know, I'm not gonna tell you that echinacea is good for your immune system, and you don't see me sipping a motherfucker. I sip it. I love like echinacea. It's one of my favorites. I know how to dang on dry it out and grow it and dry it out and all that shit and make it into a tea form. But that's about to be in the near future. They should be showing us this now, but they know that, you know, this is not their time. So we're gonna be doing the working out, you know what I'm saying? I'm not vain with it, you know. I don't covet none of my brother's stuff, or they girl or nothing like that. You know, we're training ourselves not to do that type shit. Of course, we're gonna bring in the meek, the individuals that's like, you know, they just meek people. You don't want to make a meek person snap, you know. So we're just, you know, marketing it to the ones who want to just truly be themselves, like that. You know, it's cool to be you, man. And sometimes motherfuckers do be hating because you're a beautiful spirit, a soul, you know what I'm saying, in the flesh. Yeah, they will, man. It's sad, but this season, ain't no more playing. Most I done already gave them their sacrifices and shit. Ancestors ain't playing no more, man. So it's about making yourself highly, you know what I'm saying, the best you that you can be. And that's what we're gonna be showing over here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had to look at people scenery because I be having people all around my ass. They be coming around like, man, I think Godbody over there. That's what they call me out here, Godbody. Hey, Godbody. Like, what's up, man? What's up? What's happening? I'm like, what the fuck you want, man? See, I'm about to roll up this blunt and smoke. Okay. I love y'all. Thanks for joining in, man. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna check in on the video tip. You know what I'm saying? Get everything running up more on that end because now I already know what everybody want. You know, I know what everybody want. I know what everybody's trying to show. I already see it. You know what I'm saying? And so the ones that are true is gonna be rolling with self. We're gonna have our own lane, and we're manifesting things on earth. I don't want to make it seem too spiritual, but I got to put spirituality in this because, you know, we can't just be just a bunch of dumb, buff, swole motherfuckers and not spiritually inclined and tuned, you know, with our divine nature and our natal charts and stuff like that, and just finding our true purpose in life type shit. You know what I mean? I'm life coaching over here too, as far as like I'm just a spiritual OG hood ass nigga type shit that had the experience of being in offices on the streets, and you know I just know a little things, so I had to take a little hiatus and build with the spirits away. Now I can be able to chop it up, and everybody will see the manifestations come to fruition. Like, oh, okay, so it really can happen, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's happening before your eyes and shit. But yeah, it's happening. So basically, yeah, we're gonna be in tune. We're gonna stay in tune with these videos, man. I gotta peep up over here. See a motherfucker go. They be acting crazy to get my little attention and shit. Y'all know y'all don't probably like, what is he talking about? But it's a lot of things where I'm like the only Naga over here in where I'm at. So people kind of stop and run up to us, just look and shit. I'm like, what the hell, man? You know, you hear how quiet it is. There's 100 people in cars right over here. You can't even tell. You know, they just ain't got nothing. You don't feel no life. I'm like the only little life over here and shit. Plus, I'm about to get ready to try to roll up me a little something anyways, because it's getting later in the day and I can get my salad. Have me what you call it, a Credible Hulk salad. Oh man, it's gonna be so good. Oh man, I can't wait. I'm not even hungry. I just want to sit there and eat my Incredible Hulk salad. See, you're not even going to be hungry, even if you was, you know. Man, like I say, I'm not hungry, even if I was starving. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even hungry. My body would be weak, and I have to be like, damn, I gotta get something to eat, probably. You know what I'm saying? But then I know, all I need is minerals. Pop a little bit of some type of. People against Himalayan salt, but I'm cool with it. You know, boom, pop some Himalayan salt before you know it. Cool, I'm back up. You know, I'm ready to go. That'll hold me over until I gotta eat and shit like that. I'm not like super weak or nothing. You know, we just train myself how not to eat. That's how you get that glow. You're gonna have to find other things to do though. Like if you're an artist, you gotta start artisting it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start doing a lot of shit, G. You know what I mean? You can't just be sitting there and you got semen retention and you got your hands, you got your phone, and you just you'll be fucked up. You'll be like, man, let me go ahead and check something. Yeah, that ain't gonna hurt. I'm gonna switch to that. Well, you know what? You come out the house, eyes all motherfucking buck red in this bitch. Like, damn, you relapsed. Yeah, 4 times today. Oh, man. I'm just joking. But yeah, y'all. That being said, I can't wait till the sun come out because we're going to be a little bit more in it right now. But I still feel the rays. If y'all can't tell, I'm a little fruit drunk. It only takes about 2 oranges for me to get fruit drunk. I feel the rays from the sun. So this is what it's going to be like, man. High vibratorial, not really eating, but showing you like, nigga, we really ain't really eating. But we're high energy in this motherfucker. I ain't got supplements like that right now. I'm gonna get the supplements. I'm gonna show you this is how we gonna do it. They gonna be why they gonna be paying attention, G. Cause these motherfuckers is carnivores, man. I had a mother say, I don't eat no vegetables. Like, damn, for real. Don't let nobody hear you say that shit. Like, god damn, man. I don't even want to be in the same room with your ass now. This is a pretty ass chick. I don't even eat no vegetables. I don't even want to hear that shit. Oh man, girl. Now you done turned all the way the other way and shit. I'm like, I don't even want to be next to you and shit. I know you're going to let one go. That shit going to be horrible. Mixed in with a whole bunch of, you know, whey proteins and shit. We're going to have to get the fuck out the whey shorts or whatever. I'm not going to do the shirt, but the shorts, get the fuck out the whey. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be hitting our legs off, no gayness and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because chicks do like quads and shit like that. It's not a gay muscle group. We can work that out. It's okay. You know what I mean? So we're gonna hit that off. Full body sexiness and shit, celibate and sexy, or semen retention and sexy, all that shit. Still being sexy, nigga. I mean, it's cool. You ain't gotta be seductive. But, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can actually make yourself sexy. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? You better yourself. Women don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna have to share a nigga at this point. Y'all, you know what I mean? You doing what you doing? They gonna have to share your ass at this point, G. They ain't gonna just find one motherfucker no more. It's like them niggas that they finding, they ain't gonna be able to. They ain't gonna want them niggas. They gonna see some niggas like yo ass and shit. You know, this motherfucker got disciplining. Now this is bringing all type of shit to him. He got his car, he got his house, he's just cool. He got his own day. He know how to plan his own life and shit. He don't need to be up under my ass all day trying to eat my motherfucking groceries up for my kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? You got your own shit. What if you gotta live in your car? You're a nigga, you're a man, you good. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as you keep your discipline, you're gonna be straight. You know what I mean? With that being said, I love y'all. Let's see, Nathaniel, what's happening? He said, yeah, me too, bro, me too. Hey, what's that? What's that, big dog? I ain't seen you in a while and shit. See, I be trying to jump off, y'all jump me on and shit. I'm like, hey. He said, she eats a lot of meats and seafood. Boys, you know, her box, man, that mother jumper might be up there. And it's crazy. And with a female, we, as men, every species I know, the male species sniffs a woman's ass. The pussy in the ass. The pussy ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just it gives you a clue of what type of bacteria you produce, bitch. That's all. It's like, okay, the pussy and ass smoke together. We can do something and shit on the animal level and shit. We chose to go down to our lower selves and shit. But it's like, but we know you eating all this crazy shit. I had to be very low to accept that. And I have to go down to my low self to accept you on that. I can't accept a bitch in a low self. And pardon me for saying it like that for chicks like that, but I keep it a little real. But it's not like, you know, like I hate you or nothing like that. But chicks that, you know, think that they can seduce you and get around you and work one over on you. Hey, them ones, I got this. I'm like, where y'all pull that up out of here? I had it in my pocket. Why even know I'm using orange pills for the faith? Yeah, man. So, you know, well, I done noticed, you know what I'm saying? Like, these chicks out here, these are island girls, man, and they look so damn pretty. Don't none of them stink. And they live outside. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, they eat fruits, and they eat meat too, though, but they eat fruits and shit. You know what I'm saying? They eat a lot of fruit. And you can tell that they eat a lot of fruit because their skin is so damn pretty. Their asses are so fat and plump and shit. You'd be like, damn. You know, the meat ain't doing that. It's the fucking fruit that's doing that shit. The hair is so long, all the thing they say is, I use coconut oil. That's all they say. I'm like, bitch, I'm finna come out here with some hair braiders, man, and braid y'all hair at $400 a head because I know y'all getting bread, you know. But anyways, yeah. But I'm just saying, it's different. It's just a little different with these, with meat. You know, when the chick is eating meat, man, and you know, I had to lower myself to eat before. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? That never was me. But I lowered myself to just show you, like, that ain't me, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm really this. But I show you, you know, I don't do it often. I wasn't gonna do it often for me. Like, if we ate meat, we eating salmon like once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. Everything else is vegan and shit. I'm like, I couldn't even eat cheese like that, you know? And that's after being 10 years, I was 10 years vegan. You know, so, and I'm like, damn, I ain't got no chick that'll fucking eat with me. You know, it's like, so if we had the restaurants, if she got to order a steak or something over here, I'm over here, I got the fresh veg. I don't even want to eat the fresh veggies that they shop because they don't give a damn about that shit. They swapping that shit with everything up in the damn restaurant. It's like, see, I can't even eat out no more. Now I got to go to different places that I can eat with. Now I got to attract a chick that eat a certain way. You know, and I had to do that, you know, certain chicks that eat a certain way. And I was in an area where chicks that were eating a certain way, they was plentiful at that time, you know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of, it wasn't like my same culture females, it was like other culture females. So they would make it seem like, oh, he's going, they got jungle fever, he's messing with everybody. But no, yeah, she like alfalfa sprouts, you know what I'm saying? And she like going to, you know, the vegan spot. I like going to the vegan spot. We ain't having sex, but it's somebody I can have a meal with. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't even reaching over into my plate, and she got her own and shit. And I'm not saying to go date outside the race at all, but this is what everybody's, you can see they're catching on. So when our sisters catch on, everything start catching up, which they are right now. You know what I'm saying? They'll be back cooking some shit up, because I seen a sister that made some mushroom meat. And I'm like, yeah, that shit look bomb. And I had my baby mother was cold as hell with the vegan shits. We made a vegan cookbook back in the day, so she's still cold with it, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, she probably dabbled in the other stuff again, but she was cold with it. And so I'm gonna have to show, my evolved state, hey, nigga, I'm still cold with the shit too. I make my upside down veggie burgers and all this shit, you know what I'm saying? I know if you got the organic, if you got the organic, I'm like, oh, that shit's cooked, I can smell it. It's a different. You got some stale ale, you're not drinking water, bitch. I can't fuck with you, man. You don't give a damn. See, mother, these damn flies trying to get up in my ass and shit. And they be attacking me. But yeah, nah, man. Now, enough on that one. But that's just what it is. You know, you want a clean chick. She see you the foundation. You know what I'm saying? You set the tone. A wisdom will do what you do. I mean, that shows. I had females that did the same thing too. I had two one time in the house. I was like 19. I had two of them. They was like, one was 21 and one was like 24. Fine as hell too, man. Fine. And I of course, I was a man. You know what I'm saying? At that stage too. I was still a man. Had my own little everything, but I was a man in my choices, and so they respected to listen to me more. So they seen what I was eating. I have like these rice noodles and shit with the veggies, and they see how I hook it up. And I hook my veggie burger up with water and steam and shit like that. And then they started hooking my stuff up like that. And then they started seeing how I ate, and they did everything that I could do. They started doing it better and shit. Like, they see what I like, they'll make a vegan, you know, sweet potato pie type shit, you know, all this stuff, you know what I mean? So they was actually seeing, and a woman would do that. Once they see how you do it, if they willing to be down with you, they'll do the same thing. They'll hook it up the way you like it. But if she just want to sit back, like, she don't give a fuck, then you just there for the entertainment and shit. You know, y'all just there. So yeah, with that being said, G, aloha, what's happening? You know we gotta get that pack. I was like, let me get that equal pack. I gotta go try to find some equality today. I had to turn that away. But yeah, you know, because that's what we're gonna have, them broken ass relationships, and we don't want toxic relationships that's dealing with the cluster B personality. You know, we gotta really touch on that over here, because a lot of these people don't realize this is what's going on. You're pairing up with a narcissist or a borderline chick who want to control your every move. Like, you can't even do shit. And that's because you're low in your light and you allow this shit to happen. And when you're a little bit higher in your light, even the chick that try to do it, y'all gonna always be fighting and shit, because it's like you're basically fighting over the control of your own self. Like, bitch, I control me. You don't control me. What? I'm gonna go out here. You like, no, baby, don't leave me, because she just trigger your abandonment issue. And she's like, oh, yeah, you like that, huh? Yeah, I got this motherfucker by the balls. What you say? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn. So sometimes you gotta take the blow and shit. You gotta show that you're a man. If she gonna go out there and suck some balls and shit, be like, hey, bitch, that's what you do, man. You ain't gonna do it with me though. And then you gotta take that one. You know, it's a part of the game, man, as you get older. And that's why you see men get a little older and they like OGs. They done been through some shit. They done had a bitch that did some shit on their ass. So just imagine if they had lives and shit back then. They bitch probably went on live with their homeboy. Like, what you say, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bitch, you went on live and I'm replaying this shit all the time and shit. Fucked me up in my head. Hey, what's up, Talking Elements? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. So we gotta to heal from them broken relationships, man. Space, you know, because broken relationships basically involve narcissism. Somebody's highly narcissistic, meaning that they have to have a supply source to go to kind of abuse, because we know that narcissism is dealing with abuse. So if they see that you like nice or kind or whatever, they can use you as a supply source where they can abuse. And when I say abuse, it ain't got to be hitting your ass. A woman can abuse you through words, manipulation, you know, emotional manipulation. Remember, they're stronger in their emotions and shit. They know how to be internal with their shit. Where as far as like with a man, we're external. We try to be, you know. Some of us turn internal because we're dealing with certain toxic women and shit, and we don't want to express our feelings. But to not fall victim to these type of toxic cycles and shit, it's like, yo, once you see this shit happening with a woman, you only got 5 months, you know, with this narcissism. It's gonna be an idolize, devalue, and discard. If you don't catch it within them first 5 months, some of them is quicker and shit. You know what I'm saying? It'll continue to cycle over and over again. Before you know it, you'll be wrapped into this toxic cycle that is like, you will feel horrible to be abandoned now. You have a fear of abandonment. Now you need to be abused and shit. Like I say, the narcissistic chicks, they want to control your every move. I never let a chick control my move, but I know what they was on. They found ways to try to do it, whether it was covertly or overtly. You know what I mean? Covertly is like inside and shit. You know what I'm saying? Where they know how to manipulate you without saying shit. Then you got ones who know how to manipulate you just by saying the shit, with the tone of the voice and all of this. You know what I'm saying? So it's striking a note within you. It's striking a chord within your ass. Like, oh, okay, so I got to do this. And, you know, and with that being said, that's what make them feel like they done had success in controlling something outside of their uncontrollable self, because they don't feel controllable at a certain point. They feel damn near you can control them more than them, but they don't want to let you know that shit because they feel so vulnerable. This is why I only dealt with certain chicks that was like that, because I didn't want to hurt a regular chick, because I wouldn't show too much interest in that, because like I had a mom that was a narcissist, so shit, I would have to have a little challenge, even though I wasn't there to hurt the chick, but I would have to have a little challenge. Now it's different, we can be cool, but earlier in my life I would have to have that, because it was like, you know, it was more so like, okay, I wouldn't want to hurt a good girl, you know what I'm saying? So this is different when you got a narcissistic chick. They're like, it's fair game, nigga. And whatever you do is fair game. But if you do it righteously, you really win. Because if you do tit for tat, you won't win, because that's gonna make the toxic cycle go real toxic, because they don't really like themselves. So it's like, it's a void that they're using to keep you, whether it's cheating or whether it's triangulating you with something else or someone else. It's called triangulating. You're using it in the cards, in the tarot cards. I think it would be called, I would call it three of cups or something like that. Three of Pentacles, or any one of them, where they team up. Even if it's teaming up against you, or teaming up as far as like they know how to play you with another motherfucker and keep you on the side and shit. And this is kind of like, they need this to keep their relationships moving. That's why they can't be faithful. They don't have faith in your ass. All right, they don't even got faith in themselves. So when you got a real nigga that come up and get one of these bitches, it's like, don't be mad if your chick you for a certain type of nigga and shit, because it's like, she doing that to trigger you, to hurt you, of course, but this type of nigga is going to hurt her the way that she needs to be hurt, nigga. Like, in a way, like, I don't give a fuck about you, and that one makes her crawl back to you and shit, because it creates this Hoover situation where she has to come back and be like, you know, hey, how you doing, to see if she hurt you real bad and shit, so she can come in and, you know, for a little time, and then until she find another nigga that may not hurt her as bad as that nigga that she kind of chose to hurt you with, you know. So it's a toxic cycle. It's a psychopath, you know what I mean? So you want to get out that cycle, man. Unless you just a player is cool with that shit. It's like, they play with bitches like it ain't nothing. It's like, I done been through it. I already know, just to read the chicks. It's like, okay, it's not like I'm playing bitches to play them like I'm playing you against you or you against you. No, if wisdom work with me, they gonna work with me. They know I'm the truth. I'm gonna be the truth to them. So it's like, that's why I get the respect from them. But when men play chicks, it's like, that's a whole nother ball game. That's when they're dealing with their narcissism and psychopathic type shit. So I just choose to come in with the truth. So if a chick played me, she just played herself, you know what I mean? So I came in and did what I was supposed to do, and I know I was the karma at the end. I'm the end game. So basically, we're just being end games. We're not here to play their game and shit, you know what I mean? You're the end of their all be all, so they'll know that when they got to you, they couldn't do that no more. It wasn't as easy as it was with the niggas that was prior to you, or the men that was prior to you. And usually men, I'm like I'm pretty sure men like us, once you develop this certain shell, it's like we're a magnet for them type of women. So they really think that they can get one over on your ass. It's like that. I had one chick the other day. She was so bad. A white chick too. I grabbed the chick, but she had her hair like, you know, boom, boom, boom. I already know what's in them, in their jeans and everything. I already know. You know what I'm saying? But she comes over, she looks like a porno type chick. Titties nice and shit. You know, I ain't saying nothing about the titties. She just comes over, she's a beautiful black man, da-da-da-da. So I can tell she's kind of drunk and all that stuff. But she's very beautiful, right? So she leaves and she comes back and she asks my name and she says, and she leaves off. She says, oh, it's very narcissistic of me. I should have told you mine. And I'm just sitting there, I'm not even tripping. I got the bird sitting on my hand and shit on the left hand, so the birds didn't scare away. So she goes, oh, I'm Tiggo. I'm like, okay. And I go, and then she's like, you know, Tiggo bitties. And I was like, how are you? You motherfucker. I could have just gone ahead and took your ass and just went in and did it, because that's what you wanted. I could have played with that. You know what I'm saying? But either way it goes, I'm just letting you know. That's what happens and shit. You know, these motherfuckers know who you is and they see your life. So when you get more up, you be more enticing. They be more enticed. It's like, damn, you become Samson at this point. It's like, nigga, they gotta send the baddest bitch at your ass, like the queen, motherfucker. Like, hold on, who we gonna get this motherfucker? And then, you know, Samson, like I say, our brother, he was tempted. He thought he was stronger than this bitch, though. You know what I'm saying? And it turns out he wasn't. It's like Batman Chronicles. He's like, he was stronger than, you know, my dad was out there, you know what I'm saying? But, excuse me, he was out there, excuse me, pardon. He was out there in a different sense, though. He was, like, out there in the sense where it was like, he kind of had to be in the street, because it was just a way. His mama got murdered, you know. My mama came in the game and became his what you call it, let me get some water. And became his muse, his one. And so they had me, and my mom was real spiritual and shit. Had to come back. Look at all these goddamn flies back here, dude. Look at that shit. That's demonic. Alright, yeah, I'm in the cut where it's Wi-Fi. People ain't on my ass, which is good. But yeah, this is psychology. Psychology pimping, man, because it's like, you ain't really got to have a lot of bitches. I know these people are going to be out here, they're going to try to talk. We're going to hit that off too, man. I'm going to hit that off too. They got to see the evolution though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already 2 times grown, so it's like, it ain't like I ain't been through this shit before. I ain't already been through it. I done been through it with the females working on all of that. So I could talk from the truth, you know what I mean? So women always respected me because I was always the truth. Even if I had my baby mamas and shit, my baby mamas know I had chicks, shit. You know what I'm saying? They know the chicks getting the money or whatever in the hell, man. I done been through it already, and I ain't have to make a chick do nothing. Some women are like that, you know. Some women do certain things. Some women are, you know, it's just certain things. It's just certain things when it comes to that. They all got cluster B personality and shit. That's why when you see a woman working on herself, that's fucking divine shit, because it's like she actually sat down with God. That's hard to do if you're a woman, because it's like, shit, she got all these emotions and shit going on in her, and she's a master of emotions, but it's a lot of things going on. You know, she don't have a foundation, a man, you know, to stand on and be like, damn, everything's gonna be all right. You know, I got these one little dudes coming up over on my ass and shit. Ain't something right, but you know, this dude, they always following me and shit. I feel like slapping a motherfucker up and then having to, you know, stump a mud hole in the mug and take some shit from him. Like, let me take this from you and take this from you. That's what they want. They want a nigga to snap. They're looking at me like, man, I want to get this nigga to snap so bad, man. And I'm like, no. And it'd be like certain things. But anyway, so yeah, with that toxic situation with the girl and shit, man, it's like, this is the best way to handle it. So this is it's like, I get the bad girls only on purpose. I deal with a chick who need help. I'm like a healer for her, you know. And most of us is like that, because we get chicks who are probably really bad, you know what I'm saying, or bossy or whatever the fuck. And it's not really something that's like, you know, like they bossing us. It's like we're really their end karma, you know. And it's like once they see they can't play with an individual, like an empathic person, you know, because if you're a narcissist and they're a narcissist, one is either covert and somatic, and one is either overt, covert narcissist, which is also cerebral narcissist, or an overt narcissist, which is somatic. Need to get a whole bunch of bodies on their belts and shit. One of y'all is one of this. So when you got 2 narcissists in a relationship, it's gonna be a tit for tat, because y'all using each other for status and shit. But when you got a narcissist that just uses you for your beauty, you know, your energy and shit like that, you most likely are like a histrionic borderline. It just depends. I had narcissistic chicks that had money. I mean, good money, and they had their own houses. They own like 4 houses on the same block and shit. Couple different chicks like that. So of course, them getting me, a guy that probably manages Planet Fitness and and you know, I could pull one over on him. You know what I'm saying? And then they realize it's a different form of energy, because the only reason why they attract me, they want me for like a show, and you know, just whatever, until they realize I'm deeper than that. I'm like blue water. I'm like that dark blue water out there. I may entice you like I'm this little turquoise water at the beginning and shit with the body and all that, and then when you get deep, I'll drag you like, come on, bitch, come on back here. Bring their ass out there, and like, they go, oh shit, like, yeah, man, there's a whale over there. I'm over there. I'm gonna go swim over there. Where you going? I'm like, I'll be back. They'll be scared as fuck, because you know, took them to the deep end, which like, bitch, you see, yeah, you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's always about working on yourself and shit when it comes to this shit, because that's why I'm saying you can't really marry a chick in your 20s, really. I mean, people do it, but damn, you know, it's too early for a man to marry a female in their 20s and shit. When you get about 30 something and you done had some females under your belts, old and young, whether you actually having sex with them or not, you'll understand how they operate, because they pretty much the same, you know what I'm saying, from your daughter to your grandma type stuff. But when you have a broken one, you'll see that y'all won't get along. Every 2 days, it's gonna be something. You won't be able to get things done. Like how you supposed to get shit done, you won't be able to do it, because it's a tit for tat. It's an emotional manipulation where you both won't be walking the same way. It's gonna, I guarantee you. You'd be like, damn, why this shit won't work, man? Why this motherfucker always gotta pull it? It's because, man, you're dealing with a cluster B personality disorder individual, a female. I gotta check this out. A female. So you don't know the history of what she probably went through when she was a child. If she's the abuser or if she's the one that was abused. And it's so slick that abusers can come in younger than you. They can utilize that whole little, I'm younger, how can I be the abuser? But you gotta understand, it's a part of the game, G. You know what I'm saying? So they know how to use that as they grow along in age. They could be the younger version of the younger chick, always a sugar daddy. And they'll always pull the younger shit all the time because they don't figure out to be an abuser to a person who's older than them when they was little. They learned how to be an abuser when they was 2.5, 3 years old to someone and one of their cousins that was like 8 or 9. And everybody know that sometimes your cousin that's a little bit older than you kind of be a little bit dumber and so you're like, damn, a little bit, I can pull one over on this mother. Sometimes it's like that, you know what I'm saying? So with an abuser, they can figure that shit out and they be like, they'll learn it from them, you know what I'm saying? So it just depends on how they, it just depends on what they want to do. If they trying to, master their manipulative skills and shit, or if they're just trying to help a motherfucker. This is one or the other. You'll know what type of girl you got. Most likely, if it's not your wife, it's just a motherfucker that you just met, and it's a karmic that say, basically the one that you just gonna teach you something. That's all it is, or you're gonna teach them something. If it's not your main one, then it's just somebody that you just dealing with. It's somebody you just coming across, and that's pretty much it. So that's why I'm like, can't get too caught up with a female. Like, this is my girl, this is my chick, man. She can, if she got cluster B personality, she's a borderline, or she's a narcissist, or she's a sociopath, a psychopath. I'm talking about sociopath when you be like, damn, she always talking to dudes. That's sociopath. Like, she can have a conversation with a man, like it ain't shit. You know how hard it is for a man to have a conversation with a woman? You know all the type of shit he got to go through? If he's not confident as a motherfucker and shit, if he's not a narcissist, basically a narcissist he ain't even confident. It's just that he ain't got no motherfucking filter, you know what I mean? But if he's not confident, it's hard to talk to a female if he's not a narcissistic borderline personality disorder type of person. But if you got a guy that's narcissistic borderline, it's easy for him to talk to a girl. He probably grew up in a house full of women and shit, and sisters and stuff, so he knows how to charm a chick. You know, so with a woman that's like that, she can talk to a man. She can be a sociopath. Everything, when I say sociopath, that means everything is planned out. Like, everything that's done is never done off emotion. I used to love dealing with sociopath chicks because it's like a form of breaking their ass and shit. You know what I mean? Because they're out to break you. So I don't know who's willing to play the game. I'm not here to play the game with a chick who's good and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like the one who's like out to hurt a nigga and bad and all that shit and think I don't see him. Those are the ones. So sociopath, they'll get you drawn in, but they'll try to take care of you, but they'll get you to a point where you're dependent and codependent on them. When they know you get that codependent on them, this is when they'll holler at another dude in front of you, start talking to another mug, or saying da-da-da-da, and then the moment you snap, she's gonna find a way to throw them mind games at you. So how to reverse all that shit is basically like, you can play like you can already, I always come off like, I can act, when I think it's the time where I think that she thinks I should be codependent, and if I'm talking to a psychopath, I'll play that role, because it's like, I'll see what she would rather do. And I'm already not even invested, especially if I'm not busting nuts. Because if you busting nuts on this bitch, I guarantee you invested. She knows it. She's looking up at you like, as you're coming, G. And she's not coming. Chances are you're not making her come like that. If you was, she'd act totally different. You know what I'm saying? She'd be crazy. You know what I mean? Because if you're making a woman come 4, 5, 6 times and you ain't came yet, she'll think something wrong with her. And that's how you gotta kind of keep her. A little bit like that. Like, something wrong with me? Because, a lot of dudes will try to holler at her, but she'll still be thinking about the motherfucker that she couldn't get the bus like that. I couldn't see him go, so now it's so easy for you to be like, to let her see, but that's not the thing. You know what I'm saying? She's supposed to be crazy and shit and, all this stuff, man. You know what I mean? So when it gets to that point, like I say, if you're dealing with a psychopathic chick, one who knows to talk to men, she's psychopathic, histrionic, so she'll talk to a very sexy man, which is a borderline man and shit, you know what I'm saying? So she used him to keep him as a sex tool because she lacks intimacy. And a borderline man has a lot of intimacy because he's like sexually advanced and shit. So she'll keep a borderline man, but he's borderline psychopath. So that means if she do some shit, And since he's borderline psychopath, he's gonna do some psychopathic shit to her. That means that it's gonna be a whoop your ass type of fight. It's gonna be a whoop your ass relationship to a psychopath, and she can go and she knows how to play it off. So I'm saying, this all this little shit. This is gonna have relationship chronicles, man. Because if you pair it up with a psychopath or histrionic or comorbid of all of them, the main thing to get off all these motherfuckers is have semen retention. You can fuck with all of them, and you can see whichever ones, whatever game they playing, G. Semen retention will show it and will reveal it. And it's not gonna be like in 3 months and shit, though. You're gonna have to be up about 7-8 months, really a year. You know, I did it on accident for a year, but before you know it, I started doing years like regularly. I only say years because I'm I'm 2 times grown now. So they let you know I didn't already. If a person's 21, I was 21 probably 25 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So a person who's 21 now don't even know how it feels to be 25. But I can tell you exactly how it feels to be 25, 26, 27, 28. So that's why I respect my elders and shit. You know what I'm saying? And as they grow. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you have discernment on who's telling the right thing and not. You know what I'm saying? But for somebody to give me these gems, I had to learn on my own. And these are the ways that's going to be like it's going to be like a book, G. So you'll be able to know how to, if you want to date a borderline personality disordered woman or a psychopathic woman, which is fun. It's fun dating a psychopath. I like dating a psychopath because she was, you know, they're emotionalists, but they want to take care of their supply source, which is you. So they do what it takes, spend money or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, to feel that emotion, they have to be with someone like you, because that's the reason why they got you. They won't want to get with another psychopath because they won't feel nothing. You know what I mean? They have to get with a histrionic, borderline personality disorder type of male, or vice versa. If it's a psychopathic man, he has to get with a very sexy borderline personality woman to make him feel something in life, to give him these cycles of toxic cycles that he kind of craved for to make him feel alive. And so she's the same thing. So I had one like that too. Big booty, everything and shit. You had to break her down emotionally. So she started feeling emotions and shit. And I ain't wasting not one piece of light on her. You know what I'm saying? So that's how she probably wondered, like, damn, this is the only nigga that ain't never hounded my phone. It's like, I know, motherfucker, because that's what you wanted me to do. You know what I mean? But it didn't happen. So, of course, what they would do, they'd go out and do a smear campaign, which won't even stand up because you didn't invest nothing in her and shit. You know what I'm saying? So your smear campaign is a squeaky clean and shit, because it'll just turn into her just hating and shit. That's all. And anybody, her, him, you know what I'm saying? So that's me. Got a flim flar and filth up in me, so I gotta get it all out. But yeah, so yeah, basically that's all it really is and shit. You know, when you're dealing with psychopathic women and shit. That's why you're gonna your ones come later on in life, like 40s and 50s, because that's when you get them 40-year-old relationships. Like, okay, they've been together for 40 years. If they met at 40 years old, and then they turned 80 together, they really had a real relationship because they had a life before that. So whatever they went through, they appreciate each other, G. Now, you wouldn't know this if you was with a chick and you was 15 and you got to, what, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. By the time you get to 45 years old, nigga, you about to kill this bitch because y'all went through puberty together. You ain't even get a chance to go fuck nobody else. It's just too young unless y'all were twin flames or something like that. That's hella divine. You know what I'm saying? But I doubt it, because that's a cluster B personality relationship where they both feared abandonment. They couldn't let each other go. You know? And those are the ones all that is in all these songs that we hear all the time. Well, baby, I can't let you go. That's a borderline personality disorder. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel like that about nobody in real life. You got to go years down the line to be like, damn, baby, I really do love your ass. You know, this ain't gonna happen in first month of meeting this person. So this is why I encourage going on dates and shit, and not watching porn, so you won't objectify a woman. And then you'll see when you're dealing with a woman, it's like, okay, if this is a busted, or you'll know if it's a busted anyways. You know what I'm saying? If you want, you should know that. If you don't know it, then damn, you know. But if you know, it's okay, all right. But you know if it's a busted and a slut. The slut is different from a busted. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a slut, G. I'm telling you that now. It's hard. It's horrible. It's like a man whore. You know what I mean? If you ever had a chick don't like man whores. They just do anybody and anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing for a woman too. So, but you would just be able to go out and have dates. It won't be a trick. You can actually have fun. Like, you need somebody to have fun with. Hey, man, I'm about to go take this trip. How about we go on this trip together? Have you been over to so and so? No, okay, cool. Because now y'all don't talk to each other. Y'all ain't just meeting each other on a strange night, and now you taking the flight out to Tijuana the next day, and y'all didn't even meet each other. It's like we had the strange night in Tijuana. Like, no, you kind of know each other. Now y'all can go to Thailand and visit each other. Oh, I don't want to say Thailand because there's some bitches in Thailand and shit that might want your ass and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but whatever you do, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna actually go have a good time without objectifying the chick, you know. So yeah, I know I done said I was gonna hop off this mother jumping a few times ago, but I know I'm gonna go ahead and hop off now because I gotta go do the herb search. That's tight. Yeah, Dark Soul. We was about to go do the herb search. I was supposed to slide through. Yo, tell the fam I said peace, man. I'm about to hop up off here though, but let's see. King's still in here. Peace to the God. Peace to my son. Peace to the God. That's my bro right there. He said fried oysters and mushroom. Damn, oh man, I didn't even see all that right there. During the day, oh yeah, okay, I seen that one. It says fries, oyster. Oh.